Your attention, please. The Disneyland Limited now arriving from a trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom. Passengers will stand by to board. Your attention, please. The Disneyland Limited now leaving for a Grand Circle tour around. Your attention, please. The Disneyland Limited now leaving for a Grand Circle tour of the Magic Kingdom with stops in New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland stations. All passengers board. Hello, folks. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're now embarking on a Grand Circle tour of the Magic Kingdom with stops in New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland, followed by a visit to the Grand Canyon and Primeval World. We got a lot of traveling ahead of us, so remember, for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train, and please watch your children. Uh-oh, did you did, did you folks hear that? Sounds to me like we've reached the wilds of Adventureland, where you just might run into a lot of savage critters out there, including lions, tigers, and tiki birds. And tiki birds, where's it? Everybody best be on the lookout. You never know what may show up. We're now approaching our first stop, New Orleans Square Station. This station serves Frontierland and New Orleans Square and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated till the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step while getting off. Have a good time in the frontier, you hear? For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square. And then, of course, the train arrives in the station. For those of you who just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, please remember to stay seated with your arms, feet, hands. Please remain, blah, 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 blah. We're going to start that one all over. For those of you who just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids. We're now entering Splash Mountain, where every day is a zippity-doo-dah day. If you look real hard, you might just find your own laughing place. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine coming your way. And so on all the way through. Narrator. We're now passing over Critter Country, where Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear may make their homes and embark on fun-filled adventures. Although this land was made for critters, human-type folks are always invited to stop in and visit a spell. We're traveling along the rivers of America and into the American frontier as it looked more than a century ago. This area is so rich with natural beauty and wildlife, you can see why the early settlers were inspired to move west. And you're seeing this view just like many of them did, from the comfort of a genuine steam-powered train. When these iron horses first started crisscrossing the country in the 1800s, the time that it took folks to reach the west dropped from months to just days. To a matter of days. Why steam-powered not only fueled trains, but the dreams of the whole new generation as they settled this great frontier. Say, have you ever wondered what it'd be like to visit a cartoon town where Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy live? Gosh. No, sorry. Well, in just a few moments, you can find out for yourself because our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown. This is also the nearest stop to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you'll be leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember to grab your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. You all have fun and say hi to Mickey for me. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is Toontown Depot. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train, and please watch your kids. As we steam through Fantasyland, you may want to take one more majestic look at the Matterhorn Mountain. And the happiest cruise that ever sailed. It's a small world. Folks, ahead of us lies the future. Well, I guess we all know that. What I mean to say is, we're heading into Tomorrowland, where everything is possible. If you look overhead, you might just catch a glimpse of the monorail. When Disneyland introduced the monorail back in 1959, it was the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, including where did I come up with that? Western Hemisphere. Winding below us is Utopia, where drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of a car and no license is required. If you ever wanted to become an astronaut, then you might just want to stop at Space Mountain and Star Tours, where they got some newfangled flying spaceships that launch you into the deepest reaches of space. And you can ride them if you got the mind and the nerve. Well, folks, we're now arriving at Tomorrowland Station. If you'll be leaving us here, just stay seated till we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings and step carefully from the train. Thanks, fun, and thanks. Have fun in the future. For the rest of us, just sit tight. We'll be on our way in just a minute. Buddy Tuesday, goody dad. For those just joining us, there's something missing. To those joining us, welcome aboard. The next leg of our journey will take us along the rim of the Grand Canyon. It's a mighty long drop, so be sure to keep your hands, arms, legs, and feet inside the train at all times. You can see I have that. Where am I? Oh. Be sure to watch your kids and no flash pictures, please. This is the Grand Canyon as we know it today. That was the Grand Canyon as we knew it today. This is all messed up. That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always that way. Quiet now. Shh. As we travel back in time, back to the fantastic primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. We're now steaming back to our own time, to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you'll be leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop, and remember to gather your personal belongings, including your young'uns if you got any, and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We sure hope you've enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back and see us again real soon. For those of you traveling on, we'll be on our way in just a few minutes. And that's the whole trip.